I just want to get this off my chest. You know, I've struggled through my whole life with, mental illness and learning disabilities and stuff like that. I've been in special ed when I was a child and um, different facilities for people with learning disabilities when I was older to try to get a job. And I've always known that for a certain, like, we go through, like, people with learning disabilities go through a hell of a lot that people that don't have these problems go through. Like it, it bullying, threats, and all kinds of things, self-worth issues. And we live in a society that basically looks at people that are middle class and lower class as what do your value as a human being, it relates to what you provide to society. And we have to look at ourselves and go, well, what do we provide society? Like I I don't. I I call myself a throwaway human because like what we're told is that our value to society is what we're worth. Well, my ability to provide something to society is controlled by my disability. My, like, I don't know how to say this. Um, People want everybody to contribute to society. Well, what do you contribute to society if you have a disability? Like, our society has come up with, yeah, like, we need to take care of these people. But what we get back from society is the bare minimum to survive. Our lives are and will be way worse than anybody else's lives because we cannot perform on the level that everybody else performs. We cannot provide anything into society that is valued. So we get shoved to the very bottom rung of society. We get the worst of everything. We get the worst food, housing, and help for learning disabilities and mental illness. It it always bothered, like, so when I was younger, I was in the newspaper um, for being a success story of overcoming, and they they made a whole story that went out all over the newspapers all over the area that I lived of how I overcome and went to trade school. And I was used the same kind of stories that drove me crazy. I was used as one of those, look at, they can provide something to society. And it was taken away because I could not do it. These stories, like you see them in the newspaper sometimes or the news, somebody with learning disability or mental illness. Oh, look, They got a job popping popcorn at a, or cooking or whatever, and they can, but many times, right? They're the most they're the most low education, poor paying jobs you could possibly have, that doesn't even replace the disability that they many of the times have, provides nothing really to the companies that they work for, because the amount of work that they're actually doing is so little that they don't really provide anything, but only used as a justification so that the newspaper articles can say, see, they can. But in the end, like, after the guy that did my story went away for the look at this person succeeded, right? Everything kind of fell apart. And I returned to the worthless person that I am, throwaway human. I have no ability to provide anything to society because I have disabilities. And what society does with that, right? Like, there will always be people with disabilities that can't provide anything to society. It's it's not going to go away. You can't just pretend that people like me don't exist. There will always be people that just cannot thrive. And what we do with people like me is up to society. And right now, we're treated as throwaway humans. We're just thrown away and live in the street. The lucky ones get disability. Here you go. Have a check. But in all respects, we're throwaway humans. We're we're not worthy of any respect or the basic needs that everybody requires to stay alive. And it doesn't make any sense because, like, you look at the very top of the pyramid, and these people provide just the same. Like, rich kids born into a family where they have money because God knows they didn't work for it. They get to live very, very happy lives because they are lucky enough to be born into the right family. Nobody questions that. Actually, they fight to make sure those poor people that were handed fortunes, that they don't have to pay taxes, which is going on right now. While the people that cannot provide anything into society because of no fault of their own, they get thrown away. What is going on in our society right now is just the final cuts to the safety nets that keep people like me with the bare necessities going, that they are cut off. How cruel society can be to the very least is just disgusting to me. Like, I am not alone. There are tons of people that are disabled that cannot, they don't have the ability to add anything to our society. And they're about to have it all taken away. This weird notion that somehow we're getting away with not having to work. And they were having, like, I always heard, I saw somebody going to the store with food stamps and buying steaks. I always heard that. It's like, who is that? I mean, I can barely afford the cheapest anything to eat. I eat one meal a day, and that's it. And it is the cheapest food I can find at the grocery store. We are literally throwaway humans. It's there's I don't know, the our society just makes it harder and harder and harder to survive. And it's not getting any better. And it's getting worse. And now we have to see people like Trump, people like Elon Musk, and all these MAGAs getting together, looking at us like just those very little things that we get. This another thing to cut. This is our lives. This is our ability to survive on the table, on the chopping block, getting ready to be just decimated by people that don't fucking care. And they will take every bit of it with no thought to how they affect people with disabilities. It's it's not good enough. Like just to make fun of us. Like I've been made fun of my whole life. Believe me. I've had so much shit thrown at me. But that's not good enough. Yeah, now we're looking at being thrown on the street. I don't know what to say. Throwaway human. That's what we are. We don't provide anything for you people. On to the next, I guess. To the next time.